In the last video, we spoke about Atman, the deeper self discussed in the Upanishads. Today, the question is different. We are not asking who we are, we are asking what is the deepest reality behind everything that exists. The Upanishad use the term Brahman for this deep reality. So, one of the simplest ways to understand Brahman comes from the Taittiriya Upanishad, where Birgu, a student, asks his father Varuna to teach him about Brahman. Then Varuna gives him a very straightforward explanation. Varuna says, try to know that from which everything is born, by which everything lives, and into which everything returns. That is Brahman. This is the central idea. Brahman is not a particular object among others in the world. It is the reality out of which everything arises, by which everything is maintained, and into which everything is ultimately returned. Take anything in the world. There is a birth, some lifespan, and after this, some kind of death. A tree is born, it lives its life, and then returns to the earth. There's the birth of a human body, a life based on breathing, food, awareness, and later on returning to nature. Stars are also born. They shine millions or for even billions of years and then disappear. All existing things have their birth, their existence, and some form of dissolution. Thus, the question is asked in the Upanishads: what is the reality lying behind all these processes? What is the reality from which all things arise? What is the reality which supports their existence? And finally, what is the reality into which everything disappears? This reality is Brahman. This is why Brahman should not be understood only through the usual idea of God. If you think about God, you usually have some idea of a mighty being somewhere above the world, separate from the world. Brahman should not be thought of as such a being. It is not simply a mighty person inside or outside the world. Brahman is the reality itself, not merely a creator of this world. It is the source, support, and essence of everything. For understanding better the nature of Brahman, the following simple example is taken in the Chandogya Upanishad. There is some piece of clay. From the clay, a pot, a bowl, a lamp, or a plate can be made. These objects have different names, different forms, and therefore they can serve different purposes. So, in everyday reality, all these things are different. But if we ask what they are in substance, the answer is the same: clay. Such an example is also given with gold. A ring, a necklace, and a bracelet can be made from the same piece of gold. All these objects have different names, different shapes, and different purposes. So, in everyday reality, all these things are different. But if we ask what they are in substance, the answer is the same: gold. The Upanishad use the same kind of reasoning for the entire world. We see all kinds of different people, bodies, trees, rivers, animals, ideas, stars, and many other things. In everyday life, all of these appear different from each other. But the Upanishad asks us to think more deeply and to ask a question: what is the reality due to which all these names and forms are possible? So, the idea of Brahman is not asking us to invent another thing beyond the world. It is asking us to understand the world more deeply. What we usually see are separate names and forms: a tree, a body, a river, a star, a thought. But the Upanishads ask us whether there is one reality because of which all these names and forms exist at all. That reality is Brahman, not one more object within existence, but the truth on which existence itself depends. Thank you for watching the video. This is Philosophy by Path signing off.